Hey everyone, welcome back to Menace from the Deep. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So this had a DLC that came out, so I figured it would be a good time to play around with this a little bit. So there is a whole new zone, new enemies, new boss, new artifacts, and a new playable character. This is the Rift of Sanity. So we're going to play around with this a little bit with a new character. So let's jump in and do a bit. Continuing my story mode, where we've done almost everything. The only thing I haven't done is just building some of the buildings and the resources for it. That's about it. So we're going to start a journey. We're just going to do our first section here today. So this is the new character, the Abomination. Half human, half monster. Has relatively low base stats, but lacks a sanity stat, making them immune to sanity-related attacks. Each turn they transform into one of three random forms. So there's kind of a human form, an intermediate form, and a beast form. You can see we're kind of deep one-ish, maybe, which significantly affects the turn's strategy. Difficult character master at the start, but incredibly powerful with a deep understanding of game mechanics. So we're currently Stephen Poe. That is fine. So definitely kind of a cool character. We'll take a look as we go through. All right. Now, I did play around with one of the decks. I want to choose something different, though. So I tried the humanity one. So there's a humanity stat with this character as well. When you max out humanity, whenever you're human form, you get increased humanity, and there's cards that give you humanity. You get a big bonus and block for the turn. When you negative it out to the maximum, which is it's +3, -3 is kind of the max. When you get the -3 on your humanity, you get a bonus to your first attack. So that was kind of it. So we have a couple different options here. I did play around a little bit with some Venom stuff in the previous one, so a lot of Venom giving abilities. Transitioning between forms would be potentially interesting. If in monster form, extra damage. Switching forms, switching. I kind of feel like, so Demi-Human is the one that's mixed. I kind of feel like the Demi-Human is the best. There's a really good attack that gives you attack and block for one when you're in Demi-Human form, but you only do it in Demi-Human form. So I think that's actually a really good card. Illusionist, manipulate combat statuses. So extended limbs, human form, monster form bonuses. So animal essence, this one. Natural selection. Ignore negative effects of the form you're in. Okay. Got some flies, got some block. This one's not bad. Pretty basic. Observer. Yeah, interesting. So the one that I'm talking about is this Swamp Ambush. Seems to only be in the Humanity deck. That's interesting. I thought it would be in the Shapeshifter one as well. Yeah, odd. Observer. I feel like you could definitely go... things that give you Sharp Teeth and Spiky help you sort of defensively doing damage. I kind of like that. It's interesting. So the Sharp Teeth, when you get hit, depending on the stacks, enemies who are hitting you will take some damage back. As also Spiky deals 1 for each stack of Spiky you have, I think. So yeah, definitely interesting. We could do something like that, or we could try to go Savage. I do like that we've got some flies in here. We'll gather some random things as we go through. It seems kind of basic, though. The Toxic could be really good. I did have flies, which are in this one. The flies that you summon put toxic stacks on enemies. I'm kind of surprised there isn't anything in this. 4 to all, 3 to random 3 times, block and some toxicity, bite and poison. Definitely interesting. I think what we might do, let's go Savage. It's an interesting mix. Nothing we really want to focus on necessarily. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. And to start with, so we can restore 1 after each attack of the hero's sanity, and then we use that to change form if we want to kind of force. So we have kind of an interplay here, and then we regenerate at the start of each turn. I think we're good to go. So we'll see what we can do as far as picking up additional cards. Maybe quite a few fights here if we can, but also like to upgrade and grab relics, of course. The relics can add a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of new relics. I didn't get any of the new relic sets when I played, just kind of trying out the character. I did make it to the new zone and then got killed by a bunch of hounds of the Tindalos because they put just massive bleeding stacks on you. So I think at the end I had over 30 bleed stacks on me, and that's what eventually took me down. It's just too much bleed coming in every turn to be able to handle. So that eventually dropped me. And it wasn't the first time I'd fought Hounds of the Tindalos. The first time weakened me, and then the second time when I fought them, just the bleed just overtook any healing and armor and stuff that I could do to sort of stay alive. So it just bled me out. Did get a lot of resources. I was able to get another upgrade, so I have more health. So we are starting with a bit more health. Okay, we've got Thaka, I think is the first boss. So we have something unknown, we've got refueling, and we've got a scuffle. Let's just go right into a scuffle. I didn't even look at my items. We'll take a look here once we get in the fight. Since we start with some random items. Okay, we've got special pants. 4 block to the hero for each remaining point of energy when the turn ends. That's pretty mediocre. For usable stuff, we've got the gunpowder. So if we ignite, burning will not decrease at the end of the turn. Applies inflammable. We don't really have anything for fire, so it's pretty useless. Ginger gives me extra actions, so that is pretty good. Alright, we've got 12 attack coming in. I do have some blocks. We can definitely do that. Now, we're in demi-human form, so we draw 1 fewer card, but we get some regeneration. And then next turn we'll change into something random. So every turn we turn into something random. So right now I've got the regeneration going. The negative effect is just drawing 1 less card. This, I think, is this only going to last for 1 turn? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, I guess. We'll see. I don't draw anything. We could just kind of block this. I'd like to get some damage out, but since we are going to regenerate, well, we're going to regenerate at least 1 next turn. I'm not sure how much we're actually going to regenerate. Let's do some damage to somebody. So one of you guys can suck some damage, so maybe we can finish you off in the next turn. Okay, so we did heal the 3 at the end. So now we're in human form. So in human form, we take less damage, but we also deal less damage. So it's not necessarily that great. We might want to switch form if we can. Oh, that just kind of freaked out. We've got the chameleons, so, I mean, why not? They're free, so we'll throw those out. So currently, we do have that damage, so we could play this to get rid of that effect. We could just get the swarm, that'd be fine. Next round, reduce the energy cost of 1 card and the whole deck by 1. That's interesting. Yeah, kind of an interesting idea. We have block covered. Let's do that so we can do more stuff next turn. I'm going to get the swarm out. So we have some flies, so they'll poison some random people. And let's do a bit more damage to you, I guess. So at this point, we're not that strong. We're not doing a whole lot. All right, we're in monster form, so now we're in our 3rd form. Character deals 25% more damage, but also takes 25% more damage. So that's kind of the negative here on this. We've got natural selection for free, so we'll take that. So that should mean that we don't take the 25% more damage now. I didn't actually look to see if that reduced our damage. I'm hoping it did. How much damage can we do? I mean, we could throw out some block. I do have some. 13's coming in. I'd like to block at least some of it, but it can do a lot more damage now. I don't think I can kill anybody, though. So we do 7. Is this going to tell me? So it's 8 to everybody. Let's do that. And I'm willing to suck some damage early on. That's fine. Let's hit you for a ton, following up. It's not quite enough for you to die. We could go ahead and use the ginger root. I think I'm going to, actually. Just so I can finish you off. This also reduces an attack on me. Probably should have killed him because we had the 13 damage out and he was poisoned. But, you know, early on, it's fine. It's not a big deal. We could change form, which would mean we take less damage, potentially. I'm not that concerned about it. Like I said, early on. Okay, we got some scratches. At 3 stacks, we take some damage. That's not great. But we still have flies floating around, so we'll throw some poison out. 12 damage coming in. That's not very nice. So I'll just do what I can. Fortunately, we are going to eat some damage here. I could try to change so that we can end up a human, take less damage, but we had the block and stuff, so we're fine. We'll take the natural selection again, sure. Take the chameleon. Why not? Every time we play stuff, we're getting the cards to level, closer to level anyway. So, the beginning of each turn. So if he's going to shield, so he's going to survive the poison. So let's just kill you. Get some poison coming out. Yeah, sure, let's do that. We'll reduce the cost of something. Next turn, we'll just stack some poison on you. I'm in monster form. We could have done a bunch of damage there, but I'm trying to play cards as much as I can to sort of level stuff up. Okay. So, I'm not going to kill you. It's not enough poison to finish you off, but we can get some XP on the blocks, so that's fine. So this is that humanity there that was going back and forth. Okay, it did actually die from the poison. Oh, right, it does more damage to humans, that's why. Alright, so this, our additional 20 gold, 20% gold after a battle. We're going to get another card. So we have a poison bite, spreading poison around, or the sharp teeth. So this is the one that reflects some damage back when people attack me. I do like both of these. Let's take the bite, though. Okay. Nothing particularly useful. I don't have a lot of cash to go to the merchant necessarily. We could get money at the refueling station. I'm just worried we're not going to have another one pop up anytime soon. So let's do the unknown one, see what happens. Could be almost anything. Oh, we got a fight. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's another card and a chance to get some XP. Okay, we have a lot of damage coming in. I am in human form. I think we just block this and do a little bit of damage. So this guy gets dexterity, you get shell. Let's work on the weaker guy a little bit. Alright, monster form, I'm going to do more damage. No damage incoming, so we're actually in a good spot for that. He's going to get dexterity if we attack him multiple times. We could still do it. Let's bite him and get some poison. So the poison is going to kill you. I think. Double damage, so it'd be 4, but you have the block of 5. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll survive it. So we could just finish him off. Yeah, let's just kill him. It's vulnerable on me. He's now going to hit me for 10. Which seems a bit excessive, but we'll have that covered. Give me the swarm. As we upgrade this, we'll get more, up to 3 cards, and then we'll also do some poison to everybody immediately. Sure, we'll have natural selection, why not? I'll play this, get that card leveled up. Okay, monster form again, no incoming attack, so we're free to kind of wail on this guy. And we probably should. Yeah, let's just do attacks. Got a lot of block there. Human form, I got an attack coming in, but I've got my chameleons up again. Free poison as well. We can stack even more poison, which I might as well because I'm in human form, because my attacks won't do as much. We can still do it. Got the energy, we might as well. Kill this guy with poison. It's kind of the way it's going to go, it seems like. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's do that one so we can start getting that closer to leveling up. All the rest of these we've used enough, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter, he's going to die from the poison, but we'll just make it a little faster. Okay, we've got another piece of equipment. Aura 2 at the beginning of elite fights. So Aura stops us from getting negative status effects. Sure. Let's level up some cards. So still Spectral, gain natural selection. So for 2 turns instead of just 1. Bit more block. So here we have some choices. So it is 3 extra if we're 40, 50, or 60%. This is 3, 4, 4, 4. I kind of like the extra block if we're hurt. Just makes it easier. Instead of 30%, 40%, 50, 60, to go that way. Probably with both of them. Another attack. Surprised we didn't level up both of the chameleons. New card. Claws, Duck, or Stealth. 10 block if heroes in human form, additionally 18. Does cost 2. For human form, that would be 18 block, which is decent early on. Later, not fantastic for 2. Let's take the attack. Just the claw. Okay, what do we got? The motel, we could upgrade a card. The asylum isn't going to do anything for me at this point. I don't have sanity, and my insight's still maxed. So there's literally nothing I can do at the asylum that would help me. I'm tempted to go to the refilling station just to get some money, then go to the merchant and just hope that we get a way to refuel later. Tell you what, let's do that. I don't need the warehouse resource at this stage. I need bricks and iron or steel for stuff. So yeah, let's work a shift for 75 bucks. Then, so we don't have anything that great going on. I mean, I would like to hit the museum up. Let's go to the merchant. See what we can find. I might want to sell off that item.
Look who's here.
Because I really don't have anything for burning. I don't think I've seen anything with this character that's going to burn. So let's sell this for a little bit of cash. Okay, we've got 244 bucks. Aura 1 at the beginning of the battle. We've got an extra option when choosing a new card. Not bad. Recover 1 each time you exhaust a card. We do have quite a few exhaust things. This is from the new set, too. So we have a lot of exhaust cards. I don't know if that's that helpful. For cards, switch to Dema human form, recover health. Not bad. If you're in human form, get dexterity 2. Monster form, strength 3. Grants aura 1. Equipment, anything interesting? Gain 15 insight after use. Burning deals 50% more damage, or increase max health by 10. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I do like the increased max health. That's nice. I do like the extra option when choosing a card as well. I think that's going to be more useful because it's really early on in the run, so I'm going to take that. I'd like to get this too, but
Come again.
oh well.
If you don't.
Could have taken some damage for some cash, it wouldn't have been enough to buy anything I really wanted. Okay, let's do the monster fight. Okay, we're instantly in monster form. This is a ghast. Attacking me for quite a lot, honestly, which I'm not super happy about. We'll take the natural selection. So yeah, it did reduce the damage, so from 7 to 6. It's still not a lot. I probably should just throw out a couple attacks for the damage bonus. What's your deal anyway? Inflicting damage, recover HP equal to the damage dealt. Well, that sucks. I could change form, hoping I get to human form, which would mean I would take less damage. You know what? Why not? That's demi-human form. Let's try again. There we go. So now we're only taking 8 with the 3 block. So you're only going to heal back some of the damage I dealt out. I could use this and throw another attack out. Could have done that earlier if I wanted to, but I'm going to save it for now. Vampirism kicking in. So we're in demi-human form, another big attack coming in. And I do have block. Let's block that out. Do we have natural selection? I do. It's the weird, like, to me it looks like a dress. It's like a floating dress. I don't know what that's supposed to be. How about we just do some damage and put some poison on you instead? No vampirism for you, buddy. Alright, we're in monster form again. No attack this time, though, so we should just throw all out attacks, which means I drew, like, 1 attack. Awesome. Okay. We'll take the evolution. We might as well do natural selection. A bit of damage there. Okay, 8 attack coming in. And looks like, again, I got no blocking. Well, that sucks. I could get block if I just don't use an action because of our... Yeah, 4 block for extra energy. So if I don't play 1 card, then I'll have almost all of it blocked. I'm in human form, so my attacks kind of suck, but that's kind of all I drew. I could change form. Let's just get some flies going, I think. And you know what? I'm just going to not play anything and just have a bunch of block instead. So you don't get any vampirism health, and you just keep taking damage from the poison. Alright, back in monster form. Seems like I'm always drawing both chameleons at once, which is kind of weird. Only 1 attack. That does kind of suck. So we'll play evolution. Do some damage, I guess. Give me some block. But I probably didn't need to. Well, I guess I did because of the bleed. Just to stop him from actually healing up. Okay, demi-human form. It's armoring up. I'm just gonna go all out on attacks here. Poison's almost gone, but yeah, we got monster form. Free flies, we'll play the flies. Okay, let's play this. It's not going to kill him. Then, do we want to add XP to Animal Fury or to a basic attack? Let's add it to the Animal Fury. Try to get that closer to leveling up. Okay. So that's 50 for our frenzy. Sure, I guess. Okay, so now we get 3 flies. Over here, we're going to do the same. New card. Right, we get extra options. So, Swamp Ambush, I do think is very good, but we can only use it if we're in demi-human form. Leap, 16. If the hero's in monster form, additional 12, so it's 28 total for 3, but that's, I don't know, using all your actions just for that, a bit risky. I had it in the last deck, not sure I liked it. Sharp Teeth is decent. Hide behind the rock, swap 3 random cards in hand with equal number of cards from the draw pile. It is free. I don't know that it's that great. I do like Swamp Ambush. But then I have to play around with swapping forms a lot more than I have been. So for now, I'm just going to take the Sharp Teeth. If I had cards that would let me change form, then I think that's a better way to go if you want to try to use the Swamp Ambush. Okay, let's go to the motel. Can level up a card. Yeah, let's upgrade a card. We could pick something we haven't gotten anything in yet. We could just jump that to the next level, or something that's going to take a while because it does cost 2. We're probably not going to play that as often. We could upgrade the Swarm right away. Yeah, let's do that, actually. So now we get 3 flies and poison everybody. Got an elite foe fight. The warehouse is such a waste. So the encounter could end up getting us fuel, depending on what happens. We are down a couple insights, so we could go to the asylum. Yeah, let's do this. Then we'll go to the hotel, upgrade a card, then we'll do the elite monster fight, I think. Yeah, so we'll just meditate, get my insight back to max. We're only down 2, so it's not a big deal. Okay, there's a refueling station if we need it, which I probably will. So I might actually do that fight before we do the elite fight, just so we have the refueling station ready to go. So here, we upgrade another card. And we could pick this as well and just get that maxed out. Sure, I guess. Why not? 2 poison on everybody. Yeah, let's do this. We have the refuel. Actually, there's 2 refueling stations. That's potentially good. There's another museum there we can get to. Yeah, let's do the scuffle. Just 2 little farmers. Alright, 6 attack coming in. We've got chameleons, so we're totally good on that. Well, take that. Hit you. Throw out some sharp teeth. Okay, monster form, 5 attack coming in. Do have some attacks. Alright. Let's do some damage. Not enough to kill you. Just get some block probably is the best option. Let's level this one. So that extra play will mean that we'll level up that card. Okay. Demi-human form, not a problem. Let's finish you off. Still have an attack coming in. I'll play the duck. I kind of want to level other stuff, so I'm going to hold off on this. Just do damage. So we're safe. We're not taking any damage here. Just keep playing everything that I can. Are attacking me, so sure, sharp teeth. Play this so we get that card leveled. Play that as well. Instead of doing damage, I'm just kind of focusing on what cards I can play so that I can upgrade them. In the meantime, sharp teeth doing a little bit of damage. Monster form now, so we have good attacks damage if we want. Yeah, let's just do a couple claws here. Excellent. So this one, increase max energy by 1, decrease max insight by 5. That's not very much. We would lose our aura. The aura is good, but having extra actions is also really good. I don't know that I like having my insight that low, though. I don't use it as much with this character, though. We're just kind of using it to shift forms if we absolutely have to. I mean, it is epic. All right. Let's take it for the extra action. So here, natural selection 2. Alright, we have some options. 6, 7, 8 damage, 2 poison, or we go 4, 3 poison, and then 3 damage, 4 poison. I like the poison increase. I don't like the damage decrease, really. Let's just go with the poison 2, because we've got other ways to do some poison. We'll block. More damage. Another card. So, Duck, Swarm, Killer Instinct. If heroes in monster form, then deal 10 to a targeted enemy. So we can't do anything if we're not in monster form with this. So, okay, but you'd have to play around a lot with changing forms, and I just kind of nerfed my ability to do that. And I don't have any cards right now that would change my form. So I feel like something else is probably better. Hide behind the rock could be useful. Yeah, I'm going to take hide behind the rock, just to give me some more options for changing up what I'm doing. Okay. Couple riffling stations and a motel. Interesting. I would like to get to the museum. The elite foe fight gets me a relic anyway. Let's do that. We're in pretty good shape. Is that a Gug, I think? Yeah. Alright, Mr. Gug. You're attacking me for a lot. So I think I'm going to go ahead and unleash the flies. Have a bunch of poison. I could just not play stuff and get some more block. Let's do some damage and more poison. Do some more damage. So it gives me 4, I think. Yeah, 4 blocks, I'll have 7. I could give myself another action, so I would then have 11 block. But I'm going to hold off. Just going to have to suck the damage. Okay, got some trauma stacks. So the trauma means I'm going to take damage when I attack. And I also got some anger, so I gain strength. Not attacking me this time. I probably want some block before I attack because I'm going to take some damage when I do attack. Let's do some evolution. Get a duck out. Let's just send some damage while I can. Okay. Tried a sanity attack. Didn't do anything to me because I don't have sanity. Okay, a whole lot of attacks coming in. Got the chameleon. Let's play the sharp teeth. Let's swap some stuff and see what we get. Okay, I'm going to take some damage. No, I won't, because I'm going to get 8 extra block, so we're fine there. And I've got the sharp teeth, so some of the damage will go back. So doing some damage with our sharp teeth and with the poison, hanging in there. Alright, more sharp teeth, because why not? More flies, might as well play the chameleon. I'm in human form, unfortunately, not going to do a whole lot for me. I'll just do what damage I can. I'm not going to bother changing form. There's no point. Well, I mean, there's a little bit of a point to play this. I can't gain experience on it, but I can do some damage, so I guess I will. I don't need the block. He just gave himself a bunch of dexterity. Look at that. 16 attack coming in. Well, you can have some flies then, buddy. Take some more block, thanks. I'm going to get 8 more if I play this, so I think we're fine. I don't think I'm going to take any damage. Yeah, we're good. My sharp teeth still doing a little bit back. Hey, look at that, we're back to full health. We're also in monster form. So we want to just attack. Okay, I got my frenzy to trigger as well, so now doing a ton of damage. Let's swap out. I didn't get an attack. That's unfortunate. But the poison will finish you off. There we go. Alright, we have a choice. If hero has 50% or less health, summons a clay golem at the beginning of the battle. Or draw 1 card each time you draw a card. That's potentially good. I'm going to take that. For equipment, grants an upgrade to all abilities. So level 2 gives us natural selection as well. Over here, grants despair. Character deals additional damage proportional to percentage of HP loss. Okay, that's alright. So here we have... I don't necessarily like the X costs for this because they're... Well, I just have to be more careful about when I play them if I do. Especially because if I have extra, I'm getting armor. So I think I'm just going to go with the 3. Keep upgrading Chameleon. Next round reduces the energy cost of 1 card in hand. Cost of 1 in the deck. Okay, so definitely in our hand. I see. So it's a slight improvement. Very slight. New card. Sharp Teeth, Poisonous Spit, Poison 4 to all enemies. That's pretty cool. Vomit, Poison 10 to a targeted enemy. Receive 5 damage through block. That's also interesting, because we do regenerate quite a bit. We have a lot of health. The Swamp Ambush, of course. I really like these. I probably should have done the poison deck. Poison 4 to everybody could save my butt. I'm going to take the Vomit. I like just a massive stack of poison on stuff, which means I'm going to run into enemies that are immune to poison at some point. So we've got the warehouses that aren't that concerned. I would like to get to the museum, though. So we could do that, go warehouse, museum, refuel, and then go. Or we could refuel, get money, upgrade a card, and then fight. Upgrading a card or a relic. Relics are better, so let's go that route. So here, I'm just going to steal some. I'm not going to spend any money. I really don't care. I have plenty of wood. Let's hit up the museum. Now we could get a higher tier card, but I think the relics are better. So choices: 10 block for every 5 attack cards played. Doesn't have to be in the same round. Recover 20% health when visiting the merchant. Gain 750 of the terror. I don't even know where. I didn't see it on here. Our terror things. This helps us level up our base, but there's really nothing I can do at this point that's going to matter. I don't think I've ever gotten the gas mask collection though, so that could be something I could work on. So I think out of these, I think the block for attack cards makes the most sense. Especially if we want to go, if we're in monster form, we want to do attacks. So it makes sense to me to do that. Let's go refueling station, we'll get gas, and then go into the fight against our first boss. So let's refuel. Doesn't get us all the way up, but close. And all we have left is our boss fight against Ithaka. So, you're dry, take no damage from cold, but receive double damage from burning. I don't have any burning. That's about it. 18 damage coming in. We're in our demi-human form. Just get some good block going. Let's poison you as well. Lots of poison. So we've got extra action, 50 on our Fury, Frenzy Meter, extra damage proportional to HP lost. We're almost at max, not a big deal. Yeah, I'm just going to do one attack. And then I'm going to save this to get a little bit more block. I could have used the item to do some damage, but I feel like it's kind of pointless. Alright, human form. He's doing a sanity attack, so it's not a great time to be in human form. This is kind of when we want to do damage, and I did get a couple attacks. So I'm actually going to change form. Nice. We got monster. So let's do our attacks. Actually, let's use my elixir. Then we'll throw out some attacks. Let's reduce the cost of something next time. We'll go natural selection, sure, I guess. Sanity doesn't do anything. Immune to that. We're basically a monster, so yeah, you showing us your true face isn't going to do anything. Okay. I am in human form, which means my attacks suck. We could do something about that, or we could just kind of defend ourselves. I am taking less because I'm in human form. Oh, we've got natural selection up, so we're fine, right? Yeah, so we don't have any negatives, so we're not actually dealing less damage, so that's fine. Okay. So this goes through my block, but I think I'm going to do it. Let's just stack a ton of poison on you. We'll get our bite, some more poison. Additional attack. Tell you what, you're attacking me, we'll get sharp teeth. Let me draw cards. Should I have drawn? Yeah, I think that I should have drawn an extra one there. Okay, monster form. He's trying to block up. No luck for you. I have some poison. I didn't draw much in the way of attacks, though. Might as well play this. Might as well play this. How high can we stack our poison on you? 29. 29 is the answer. And I might as well play it, work towards leveling up the card. Okay, big attack coming in. How about we go Sharp Teeth? So now with 4 stacks of Sharp Teeth, 28% of damage dealt is being sent back to my enemies. Let's swap some cards around. Yeah, I discarded 3, drew 3, so this isn't actually giving me an extra, which I kind of thought it would. That's too bad. I don't have anything that's hurting me. Yeah, so we're fine. So I might as well just throw out a couple attacks, but his armor's just going to block it. It does mean more poison will get through, though, so we might as well. Okay, we're getting some healing as well. I have some more poison. Have some more poison. Let's just do damage. Sure, have some natural selection, why not? Poison's doing a ton of damage. Took away one of my cards. Human form. Big attack coming in. Lots of flies. I like that the flies hang out for a couple turns. It's really cool. Yeah, we'll just poison the living hell out of you. .44 poison, just like that. Time to die, buddy. Alright, what do we have? Apply 2 cold to enemies at the start of the battle. That's actually pretty good. Cover 15 health at the beginning of elite foe fights, 20 for boss fights, also good. Apply poison 3 to random enemy for each 5 attack cards played. That also kind of fits in with what we're doing. It's 5 attack cards, though. Cold 2 to everybody. Let's take the Serpent's Venom, I think. I don't think I've ever gotten the Neurotoxin Grimoire, so that might be interesting. Alright, over here we have reduced energy cost of 1 card in hand after each consumable use. We currently have an upgrade to the abilities. I kind of like the upgrade to my abilities more. This isn't bad. Or a 3, we'll take that. I had this in my last run, so I kind of feel like just not taking it because I had it in my last run. What are these called? That's not going to tell me. Alright, probably not going to take that. Let's just upgrade stuff and think about it. So at this point we have 8, 10, 10, and lose humanity. Exhaust 4 2 times, exhaust 5 2 times. So there's quite a few cards when I was playing the humanity deck that exhaust, but then there's also cards that give you things that manipulate your humanity, also sometimes bring things back from the exhaust pile. I don't have stuff that do that, so I'm just going to go damage. So for right now, I think I'm just going to go damage on everything. Alright, for our next card. So we have the Leap again, Toxic Tongue, Metamorphosis switches to one of the other aspects. Bristle Up, I had this in my last run, pretty decent. 4 block and Spiky 1, so some damage back when people hit me. So if we want to play a bit more defensively. I could see trying to swap between forms. Or we could just go all in on poison. We do want attacks, though. This isn't an attack. So the item we just got for every 5 attack cards we played. Let's double down on poison. I think that is the plan. Okay. So out into the wilds. So the next section, we'll go ahead and progress through the wilds. I'm not sure if these get longer each one. There is a 4th zone now, which is where I ran into the Hounds of the Tindalos. So we'll come back here next time and continue from here. So this has been more of Menace from the Deep, playing as the new character, the Abomination. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.